fees because they pay for me. This event is part of a larger exploration into artificial intelligence and the digital world that surrounds us. So please be on the lookout for the many related AI stuff that is happening on campus. Actually, at the Writer Gallery, which is this building over there, there's right now an AI exhibit curated by this gentleman here called More Than Meets AI, so you should check it out. My name is Alex Saum. Some of you may know me. You do! Apart from taking folks from data center to data center around the Bay, I'm also a professor of contemporary Spanish literature and new media here at Cal, together with my collaborator, Santamaria, whose internet tours have been exploring the internet infrastructure of many European cities. Today, we'll embark on a journey through the hidden places through which our voices, images, NFTs, and cryptocurrencies and future intelligence circulate. I'm going to be doing quite a fair amount of talking, so bear with me. I'm aware that there's some pretty specialized folk in here, so please feel free to share your knowledge. This is a sort of a collective experience. We're going to be discovering places together. The tour will take around 3 hours, 3.5, depends on how fast you walk. We're going to be mostly traveling by bus, but like I said, also on foot. Overall, it'll be around a mile, so please let us know if you need any assistance. Our bus has a bathroom, okay, relax. There's a
Santamaria. I'm a professor here at UC Berkeley in English and comparative literature. I also am the chair of the designated emphasis in Indigenous language revitalization, and I also organize the Indigenous Poetics Lab, which is a group of undergrads and graduate students who are dedicated to using art for language revitalization. So our indigenous languages are not dead, sometimes they are sleeping, and we do everything we can to wake them up in our bodies and in our voices, and in acquisition and displacement of indigenous people. And so we want to remember that as you go all day, that there is this lower level below everything you're seeing and traveling on that is about the displacement of indigenous people, and including ancestors from their resting places. So we can't exactly say this is a graveyard because no one's at rest. Right? They're all waiting to go back home. Much of the holdings of the hearse were actually formed through building the infrastructure of California. So the excavations to make the roads and buildings, when they would come across graveyards, they would bring them to this place. Well, it's been other places, but basically the UC was the state repository for ancestral remains. And this is also why many of them were tangled up, mixed up, have guided journal.
Okay. Yeah, let me think about it and talk to Laura about it. And maybe, maybe get you and me and Alex just like a sit down and say like, how did it work? What were the, like if we did set a budget, what would be possible? But computing especially if it's connected to any kind of revenue stream, something about that can just like talk about it, and it's just a question of how many, it's fine if it's not, if it even doesn't pay for itself.
Data center in Emeryville, California, is part of this building. This global provider of internet infrastructure through colocation, network, cloud, and managed services provides all the necessary building blocks to build any digital business, from Here, including one early Tuesday morning. Agents confirmed the latest attack disrupted internet services for businesses and residential customers in and around Sacramento, the state's capital.
Caused by diving that didn't have when a specific network partner allowing us to partner with and provide wide certain kinds of cable infrastructure to new and old.
Represent its magnitude. In Benjamin H. Bratton's work about black holes, he talks about a distributed network of devices, a network of telescopes linked from Greenland to Antarctica, harmonized to focus on the same Oakland, where another group of Google employees were queuing up, waiting for their bus to take them to their Mountain View headquarters. The protesters had banners and flyers reading, "Techies, your world is not welcome here. Fuck off, Google, and disrupt Google." Protesters smashed the rear window of a bus just like this one. Simultaneous autonomous blockades occurred at the MacArthur BART station in Oakland and at the Mission District in San Francisco. Here's what the flyers said, and I'm quoting. "In case you're wondering why this happened, we'll be extremely clear. The people outside your Google bus serve you coffee, watch your kids, have sex with you for money, make you food, and are being driven out of their neighborhoods. While you guys live fat as hogs with your free 24/7 buffets, everyone else is scrapping the bottom of their wallets, barely existing in this expansive world that you and your chums have helped create. You're not innocent victims. Without you, the housing prices would not be rising and we would not be facing eviction and foreclosure. You and your employers and the housing speculators are to blame for this new crisis, so much more awful than the last one. You live your comfortable lives surrounded by poverty, homelessness, and death, seemingly oblivious to everything around you, lost in the big bucks and success. But look around you. See the violence and degradation out there? This is the world that you have created, and you're clearly on the wrong side. Predictably, you may even believe that the technologies you create serve the betterment of all humans. But in reality, the benefactors of technological development are advertisers, the wealthy, the powerful, and the NSA analysts running dragnet surveillance over email, phone calls, and social media. If you want a Bay Area where the ultra-rich are pitted against hundreds of thousands of poor people, keep doing what you're doing. You'll have a nice revolution outside your door. But if you want out, then you should just quit your jobs, cash out, and go live a life that doesn't completely fuck up someone else's. Get the fuck out of Oakland. On April 2nd, 2014, a protester climbed onto the roof of a Yahoo bus near MacArthur BART station and vomited on the windshield. The more connected computers, the more points of communication, the more transmissions between them. The success of the internet is largely dependent.
asking questions, so like maybe.
In just a few minutes, I'm going to take you back to see and experience what is the carnivore. Okay, and I'm so happy that you all are here today. And would you look at the time? It is about feeding time. And this thing is hungry. Let me tell you what, this is a tireless job keeping this thing fed. It is so hungry. So why don't we come on in, take a few steps. I can already hear it. I can hear the so hungry. All right, to get a sense of just how hungry this thing is, this carnivore. This carnivore and its AI distributed server family consumes about 85 to 135 terawatt hours of electricity in a year, okay? And that comparatively, to put it into perspective, is about the entire energy consumption of the country of Sweden. So, when I say it's hungry, I mean it's hungry. All right, are you ready? And here we have our carnivore. And you know, it's not just electricity that this consumes. No, we have raw materials straight from the source, melted, extracted from the earth, melted into ingots and wafers. We have silica, lithium, we have germanium, and it is hungry. So come on in, step up, but just don't get too close. We have the silver line here. This thing runs hot. It really takes a lot to cool the habitat here because it's constantly cranking out calculations. So, trying to appease the creature, keep it fed. Some of these wafers here. I understand that you all might have been seeing some of the distant relatives of the carnivore out in the wild today in the Bay Area. Is that right? All right. Well, some say that the carnivore.
What happens if you do that?
The carnivore get incredibly angry. It hiss smoke everywhere. Not a good idea. No.
Welcome you all here to Cafe Aloni. We are going to be teaching you in a short time a little bit about our role here on campus and the importance of this space in terms of representation for our community, our Aloni people right here. As you walk in, please grab a cup of tea. This is a nice traditional Aloni tea here of elderflower, Chishnai tea wish, stinging nettle, kawa, and also rose, mammakwa.
I feel. But I can't remember what it was. It probably was. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's fine.
How we say good day to you all in Chochenyo. Again, Chochenyo was the very first language that was spoken here in the East Bay. Continues to be spoken here to this day because of the strength of our elders, the power of our ancestors, and all our families have always kept our culture strong. Nakrakat Vincent Medina. My name is Vincent Medina with my partner Luis Trevino. We're the co-founders of this space, Cafe Aloni, as well as the cultural organization that we run, Makamha, which in Chochenyo language means art food.